Okay, good morning, guys, and welcome to today's session. First, we're going to start by making or conducting a very quick revision on the rules of capitalization. Again, the same topic that we discussed previously, a quick revision on it. A proper adjective is derived from a proper noun. Okay, as we see here, the example states China is the noun. Okay, China is the noun, it is the place or the country. All right. If you turn it into a proper adjective, it needs to remain capital and the word will become Chinese. Okay. Chinese here is the proper adjective and it is modifying the word scientist. Okay. So here, scientist is your common noun. And we see here that, of course, the proper adjective has to be capitalized. Another rule here also, when people names could also become adjectives, like for example, I told you guys about William Shakespeare. All right, a famous author. If you take his name and turn it into a proper adjective, you can describe a play that is a Shakespearean play. Okay, Shakespearean play means it is a play written by, or the playwright was William Shakespeare. Okay, a confederacy is a noun. A confederate soldier. Okay, a confederate here is a proper adjective, again modifying the word soldier. So here we have three proper adjectives and they're all modifying different nouns. Okay, here of course we also discussed subject courses, okay, or school courses, or courses that you would take in school or university level. And we said that if it is a language, okay, if it is a language, please remember that you have to capitalize it. Okay, if it's a language, it gets capitalized regardless if it is associated with a number or not. Okay, French, German, Latin, English. Okay, any language that you're studying that can be spoken, a spoken language, has to be capitalized no matter what. Now, if you're going to discuss subjects or courses that you're taking that are not languages, okay, for example, art, we do not capitalize art because number one, it's not a language. Number two, there's no number associated with it, like the word history, for example. Okay, history here is a subject. We capitalize it because, again, we see the Roman numeral of two. Okay, we can also capitalize geography if we have a numerical number with it, like Geography 101. Okay, so if my course title or my subject is not a language, however, there's a number, whether it's numerical or Roman numeral, associated with it, we need to capitalize it in our sentences. Okay, so that being said and done, let me please share with you 208, page 208, and I need you guys to please, okay, open up your workbooks with me to page 208 so that we can answer that together. Once you have that opened and ready, please raise your hand to volunteer. Okay. Okay, so let me share screen with you. I hope that you guys are all ready now with the correct page. Okay, again, this is page 208 in our um, um, uh, workbook. Okay, so please have that prepared. All right, so here, Abdurrahman, go ahead, dear. Please, number one. Can
My mother bought an African lamb made of teak wood for my aunt. A and African.
Bravo. Okay, great job, Abdurrahman. So we're going to hear, again, we're going to circle as they asked us to do, to circle the word that needs to be, again, in the following sentences, circle each incorrectly used lowercase letter. So here, African has to be capitalized again because it is a proper adjective. Okay, so let's just let me move down. Okay, so we can get all 10 words, 10 sentences in. Okay, and again, we are going to capitalize the A in African. Okay, can someone remind me? Do we capitalize the M in mother and the A in aunt? And if not, tell me why.
No, because we have my, and my
Ex-
is the
Good. It's what? Say it. It's
possessive pronoun.
perfect, Ya Abdurrahman. I am so proud of you. Thank you so much for your great answer. Yes, Abdurrahman is absolutely correct. Here, the word mother and aunt, they are family relationships. However, we do not capitalize them because, as Abdurrahman stated, there is a there here we have a possessive pronoun, my mother and my aunt. So we do not capitalize these family relationships if they're followed by, or I'm sorry, if they have a possessive pronoun or a possessive noun before them. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Okay, number two, let's please hear from Adam. Adam Al-Fahla.
Would make A for America.
Say it again.
A for America should be capital.
Yes, great. Okay, so A, okay, we my Japanese friend took Latin American history. Okay, so American, and what else? What else needs to be capitalized, Adam?
And Japanese.
Japanese, bravo. There's one more word. What kind of history was it? We said it was American, but not only American history. It's what? It's Latin American history. Okay, so what is the next word that we also have to capitalize, Adam? Adam, are you here with me?
Yes.
Okay, so again, look at this. Look at this. It's the title. It says here Latin. Okay, Latin American history. Okay, so it's not only American history, but it's also Latin American.
Let
So what is the yes? So we also have to capitalize the word
Latin.
Latin. Bravo. Okay, uh, great job. Do we capitalize history though? No. Okay, which is perfect. Thanks, Adam. Okay, again, we do not capitalize history because there's no number and history is not a language. Thank you, Adam, for your participation. All right, let's go to hear, please, from Hannah. Number three, please. Hannah. Okay, can we please hear from Ibrahim?
Yes, miss.
Okay, dear, can you please answer number three?
Sure. Yesterday, a famous guest came to visit our music 102 class.
Great. All right, so here we have a subject course. What is your subject title called?
A famous guest?
No, what is the subject? Your famous
Oh,
guest
the
is
yesterday?
no. Okay, a famous guest came to visit our Music 102 class. So, what is the subject that the class is being taught? What is the class? What is the title of the course that the class is taking?
Music?
Music 102. Okay, so this is the title of the course. Okay, so yesterday, a famous guest. Famous is this adjective. Guest, is it common or proper? The word guest.
Is common.
It's common, so we do not need to capitalize it. Now, this guest came to visit our Music 102 class. So, Music 102 is the name of the course, yes, or the name of the subject that the class is taking. Do we need to capitalize music 102 music or not, Ibrahim?
Yes,
Yes. And why do we capitalize music?
because it's simple.
because there's a number associated with it, as the rule says.
Yes.
Okay, if you have a class that's not a language, okay, and there's a number associated or tied to it, as we saw earlier, Geography 101 or History 2, whether it's a number or a Roman numeral, you must capitalize it. Okay, especially that music is not a language. Okay, however, it is associated with a number, so we must capitalize it then. Okay, okay, thanks, Ibrahim. Number 4, let's please
Okay.
hear from Noura. Noura, please. Okay, Ward, go ahead.
Number 4.
Yes, please.
Okay. My British pen pal Sarah sent me an Irish friendship ring. We capitalized the B in British and the
Perfect.
I in Irish.
Great. Okay. All right, so they're all proper adjectives. Good job, Yawad. Thank you. Okay, let's hear from Adam Wasil. Let's go over number 5, please.
Number 5,
Yes, please.
I told my mother that the best way for me to practice speaking Spanish is to talk with my Argentinian friend every night. Spanish and Argentinian need to be capitalized.
Perfect. Perfect, Adam. Thank you. Okay, so we need to capitalize Spanish and Argentinian. Bravo. Okay, and all the other, I told my mother, again, remember we have a possessive pronoun here, as Abdurrahman mentioned earlier. That's why we do not capitalize mother. Okay, number 6. Thank you. How about Ahmed? Number 6.
The letter that needs to be capitalized is the S in Spanish and F in Florida coast.
Great. The Spanish explorers sailed up the Florida coast. Okay. Now, coast here does not need to be capitalized because a coast is a common noun. All right. Florida coast here, Florida is an adjective because it describes the type of coast. Okay. But this is not the name of the actual coast. Therefore, we do not need to capitalize coast. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, Ahmed. Number 7. Okay. Marwa, please.
According to the Korean exchange student, English class is very different in this country. Korean, the case capital.
The K in Korean is capital. Bravo. What else?
English,
And English. Bravo. English is a language. Okay. The name of the class is English, and English is a spoken language, so we need to capitalize it. Okay. Thank you, Marwa. Correct. All right. And number 8. Any volunteers for number 8? Can we please hear from Ruqayya?
Um,
Isaac Denson.
European should the A should be capitalized.
Can you please read the sentence?
Isaac Wilson was a Danish author who wrote a story about a European girl named
Babette.
uh,
Okay. So tell me the words that need to be capitalized, please.
a European. The Asian piece.
The E in European. Bravo. What else? What kind of author was he? Where did he come from?
Danish.
That's right. So, what do we know about Danish? Should it be
Danish.
capital?
The D should be capitalized.
Great. Okay. And remember, guys, a Danish author. The word Danish. Can anyone tell me what the word Danish? What is the proper noun that it's derived from? What?
Uh, um,
Okay, I'm gonna make like a little arrow, and I'm just gonna remind you that the word Danish. Yes, what I hear you, honey. Do you know it?
no.
It's okay. All right. And it's from the country of Denmark. Okay. So just remember that if you see the word Danish, just remember that the proper noun that it's derived from is the proper noun of Denmark. Okay. So this is where it is. Okay. So Denmark would be the proper noun, and the proper adjective of the word Denmark would be Danish. Okay. And of course, we know Irish is from Ireland. I'm sure that you guys know this one. Okay. So let's look at number nine. All right. Number nine. Any volunteers for number nine? Okay. Tella, please. Page 208 in the workbook, number nine. Please, Tella.
When I go to college, I plan to take biology 101 and swimming 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. So what are the core subjects that you have here?
Well,
We,
biology,
we have biology 101, and we also have
swimming,
swimming 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So do we need to capitalize them? Yes or no?
yes,
Yes. So what do we capitalize? Tell me.
the B in biology,
The B in biology and the S
and swimming,
in swimming. And why are we capitalizing them? Even though that they're not languages, but we do need to capitalize them. Why, ya tara?
because they have numbers after
Good.
some.
One of them has a numerical number of 101, and one of them, which is swimming, has three Roman numerals 1, 2, and 3. Do we need to capitalize college, Tala? Yes or no?
No,
Why not? Why don't we capitalize college?
because it's not a language
Exactly.
or
And it's also a common noun. Remember, college is common. All right. If
yes,
I remove the word college and put, for example, Rutgers University, or put the American University in Cairo, or whatever it is, then I can capitalize this because it's a name of an actual university or institution. But the word college, just like the word mall and hotel, they're all common nouns. Thanks, Tala. Okay, number 10, Abdurrahman. Everyone who is in my English class is also in my Math 202 class.
E in English and M in math.
Great. We need to capitalize the M in the M in sorry, no, not in my. Sorry, the E in English. Okay, because it's a language, we need to always capitalize it. It's in proper English class. And in my Math 202 class, you also said the M in math again here because we see that it is associated with a number, which is 202. Okay. Any questions about numbers 1 to 10? Okay, this
No.
here, great. Okay, so let's save this and clear, and let's go down from 11 to 12. We're going to do the same thing. As an interior decorator, Molly enjoys adding Peruvian rugs to a room's decor. Okay, what? Go ahead, please.
We capitalize the P in Peruvian, and we lowercase the R in rugs.
Great. So we capitalize the P in Peruvian. All right. And we also, as Werda said, we need to lowercase the R in rugs because the rugs is a common noun. There's no need to capitalize it. Okay. And do we need to capitalize interior decorator, Ward, or no?
No, because it's just a profession.
It's a profession. Bravo. It's a common noun acting. It's a profession. We do not need to capitalize it, just like the word doctor or teacher or author on its own. Good job, Ward. Okay, number 12. Hannah, are you here? Hannah? Okay, let's hear from Rahma. Number 12, please, Rahma.
When Robert left science class,
He went to his locker to pick up a book for English class. Here, signs it will be capitalized.
Okay, science here is capitalized. Is that correct? Or should it be lowercase, Rahma? What do you think? Is let's think about it before we make a decision.
It
Do you think
should be
that
capitalized.
okay, so is science a language like French and English and Spanish and French and German? Is it a language? Rahma, is science a language?
No,
No, right? Okay, and we agreed that we do not capitalize anything that's not a language unless it is associated with a number. Like, for example, the subject algebra, or the subject economics, or psychology, or sociology, or history. Okay, information technology. All these subjects are not languages. If science is not a language, Rahma, the only time we capitalize it if there's a number associated with it, like Science 101 or Science 1. Now, science here is capitalized. Do you see a number with it or no? Is there a number next to science, Rahma?
no, I can't see.
No, right? There's no number and it's not a language. So does it
No,
need to be
missus, no.
capitalized or no? If it's not a language and there's no numbers associated with it, should we capitalize
No,
it?
miss.
No. So what should we do? We should lowercase it. And this backslash that you guys see here is the editing mark, okay, that we need to lowercase. Okay, so here we need to lowercase this word science to make it small. Okay, he went up to his locker to pick up a book for English class. Now, English here is capitalized. Is that correct, Rahma, or no?
Yes, miss, correct.
Good. English is correct because English is a language. We need to always capitalize it. Okay. Thank you, Rahma. Number 13. Ibrahim, please. Ibrahim, please. Number 13. Okay. What the please number 13?
In history class, we saw pictures of Victorian children. We lowercase the H in history and capitalize the V in Victorian.
Perfect. We lowercase the h in history. Again, it's the same thing as number 12. History is a subject that is not a language and there are no numbers associated with it, so we need to lowercase it. Can you please tell me why do we need to capitalize V in Victorian?
Because it comes from the proper noun Victoria, and Victorian is the proper adjective.
Great. If you guys remember when we were studying A Christmas Carol and we were studying the era of Queen Victoria, all right, and the era of or the era where of Queen Victoria was in charge of England, it was called or named as the Victorian age or the Victorian era. So here, Victorian children, Victorian here becomes a proper adjective derived from the term or the name Queen Victoria. Thank you so much. What number 14? Okay, number 14. Let's hear, please, from Abdurrahman.
Yes,
Number 14, please.
we bought back some beautiful Mexican pottery from our vacation in Mexico. Me- mm, 1 second.
Sure.
P in pottery.
Good. The P in pottery, of course, you see here that it's capitalized. It should not be. Okay, we see that we should lowercase it. Okay, remember, pottery is a common noun. All right, pottery, just like it's just a skill or something that people could do. It does not need to be capitalized. However, Mexican here is already capital, which is correct. And we also here have Abdurrahman. We have the word Mexico. Okay, and Mexico is already capital. So basically, that's the only error in the sentence. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Okay, and finally, last but not least, number 15. Yusuf, can you please answer that for us? Number 15.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, please. Can you answer number 15 for us? Can you read it?
Next year, I hope to enroll
Enroll.
in advanced computer programming IV.
All right.
Uh,
Which is basically 4, right?
Capitalize
Good. What is the name of the course that you want to enroll in? That this person wants to enroll in? They want to be a part of a class called.
advanced computer programming.
Good. All right. And there's also a Roman numeral. This is number 4. So the computer programming 4, which is the name of the course. Yes. So here, Yusuf, remember, computer programming is not a language. However, we see a Roman numeral associated with it. So what do we do with the capitalization of computer programming, Yusuf? What do we do?
What do we do with what?
With the capitalization of the word or the subject or the course computer programming, do we need to capitalize it, yes or no?
Yes,
Yes. And why is that? Because we see a number with
IV.
a good job, all right, which is the Roman numeral 4. Okay, so here we need to capitalize the C in computer, okay, and the P in programming. All right, together, this is the course title, and we need to capitalize it, even though it's not a subject. I mean, it's not a language. However, we do still need to capitalize it because we see a number associated with it. Thank you so much, Yusuf. Okay, and of course, here we see the pronoun I is already capitalized, as it should be always in any part of the sentence. The pronoun I should always be capitalized. Okay, this is a revision for proper adjectives and course names again, which is great. Great. Thank you guys for your participation here. Okay, so now it is our time for us to resume back to Kira. All right. As we were reminded yesterday, we saw that Lynn has passed away in chapter 13. What is mom doing? Okay, what we read a little part yesterday. How is mom behaving? Can you please remind us of how is mom behaving?
She seems very hesitated, and gets a small mirror and puts it in front of Lynn's nose to see if there's a fog of breath or not, to see if
Exactly.
if she's alive or not.
Good. So here we see that mom is still, like Warda said, she's hesitant to believe that Lynn actually passed away. All right. We see that she's still trying to conduct a little test with the mirror to see if will Lynn breathe. Okay. Maybe she's still alive. Maybe they're mistaken. All right. So she's desperate to have her daughter back to life, and this is definitely normal. And what is she doing with Lynn's possessions, Ibrahim?
What, miss?
What is mom doing with Lynn's possessions?
Like, what did she do to her?
Not to Lynn particularly. Her possessions mean everything that belonged to Lynn. Lynn's
She looked
belongings.
peaceful, even beautiful, but sadly, her eyes were not quite closed, but the way and her mouth hung up a bit. My
Okay,
mother
I need you to
suddenly
listen to
got
the question for me.
gun.
Listen to the question 1 second. All right. What is
Yes.
mom doing with Lynn's possessions? That means the things that
What?
used to belong. What is mom doing with Lynn's possessions? I'm asking you here, what is mom doing with everything that used to belong to Lynn?
She put it in. She put it. She scattered it all over the house to everything like memorize. Then for the house.
Oh, good. So she doesn't want to throw away anything that might have belonged to Lynn or Lynn might have even used. Okay, so she asks Katie, we see, to rummage through the garbage, okay, and to collect anything that might have had any connection with Lynn for the past few days that Lynn was alive. All right, so we see that mom does not want to get rid of anything that belonged to Lynn. All right, what did Katie do to hold as memory for Lynn? From her body. What did she do?
She collected Lynn's toenails and nails.
Exactly. She clipped her toenails and her fingernails to hold them to hold them in possession as in memory. Okay, mom even wanted to collect the newspapers, all right, of the day, of around the period where Lynn was living and on the day of her death, to even remember what was happening around the world around the time that Lynn was living. Okay, so we can tell that the family is really damaged emotionally. All right, by Lynn's death. We also catch mom. All right, Katie catches mom in the bathroom. What was mom doing in the bathroom? She was analyzing the hair that has dropped on the floor in the bathroom to see which hairs belong to Lynn so that she would hold on to them. So here the idea of memory, okay, holding things in possession to remember someone who was very dear to you, is something that here that the family is trying to do, in hopes to maybe help them cope with Lynn's death. Okay, and of course we learned that when Lynn died, was she accompanied by anyone? Was she accompanied by anyone?
No,
Marwa?
no,
No. Okay, and how does that make Katie feel?
he's guilty because she left him.
Exactly. She feels guilty because she left her. Okay, and that day we see that she went out to sit by herself and write a few things down and get her thoughts clear. All right. So she wishes that she had not left Lynn's side of the bed so that Lynn would have not she didn't want her to be alone at the moment of her death. Okay, so here we see that they're preparing for the funeral, and and the people that were coming in to basically prepare or to take Lynn away for to get her ready for the funeral arrangements. What were they referring to Lynn as? What is the term that they were using to refer to Lynn? Tala?
A body.
Good. They were referring to Lynn as the body. And how did that make Katie feel?
She was angry and she yelled at them that they stop calling her that.
Exactly. And why do you think she doesn't want them to call her the body?
Because it's like just a useless body and not a person.
Exactly. Okay, because the term the body makes Lynn lose her identity. Okay, to refer to her as almost as an object that is ceasing to exist. Okay, and here, like you said, Tala, she refuses for Lynn, or they do not want to accept the idea that Lynn is just a body. No, she is Lynn, and they want to give her her individuality and her uniqueness as the person that she was and is, okay, as if she still exists, okay, and alive. Okay, so we discussed this part. All right, so let's resume. The sun was warm on my back, but instead of feeling like complaining, I felt my mother's fervor. I felt it was very important to find Linny's items. Okay, so this is the part where she was rummaging through the trash and she did not want to be embarrassed, or she didn't feel any embarrassment for digging into the garbage because she wanted to retrieve any items that might have belonged to Lynn just for the sake of making her mom happy. There were maggots in the bag. That they didn't bother me because I had a mission. The first bag was full of treasures: a paper with a scribble I recognized as Lynn's, a newspaper from a week ago, and a pencil Lynn had chewed. I searched through 3 bags full of such precious items. Okay, so out of the garbage, we see that she was able to find things that used to be in Lynn's possession. Okay, they found a piece of paper where Lynn had scribbled on it. Okay, with her Lynn's handwriting, basically. Okay, and a scribble is something that you make that doesn't really make any type of sense. It could be something that you draw, or something that doesn't really make any sense. However, it is still made by Lynn, so it still holds some type of intrinsic value. All right, they also found the pencil that Lynn chewed. Okay, so again, it's associated with Lynn. And they also found here some things that were related to Lynn, and that made these items very precious. So let's keep here when we are studying. Let's remember that these are the items that she successfully found uh, in in the garbage. Okay, a pencil that Lynn chewed, a newspaper from a week ago. This is very close to Lynn's death, so mom would appreciate it as she wants to remember what was happening in the world. Okay, during time the Lynn's of Lynn's death. And of course, she looked for through three bags and found such precious items. Okay. All right, so let's continue. Before they came for Lynn, I cut off a lock of my hair and placed it in the pocket of her pajamas. All right, so here we see Katie wants to send Lynn away with something that belongs to Katie as well. So Katie cut off a piece of her own hair and placed it in her sister's pajamas. But I remembered she would wear something different than her pajamas for the cremation. Okay, and the way here, or the method that they're going to handle Lynn's body, is through the method of cremation. Okay, and cremation is when the body is basically turned into ashes and placed into something that we call an urn. Okay, and this urn is basically possessed by the family members of the person that died, and they can place this urn anywhere in the house, and it's a method of dealing with a dead body according to different cultures. Okay, so every culture has its own way. The Islamic tradition, for us to bury, okay, we give proper burial for a dead body. Here, maybe in their culture, they deal with the dead body through the method of cremation. Okay, and it's basically turning the body into ashes, and it's placed in an urn. We have less than 1 minute. We're going to resume back our next session, and we're going to continue discussing chapter 14 of Kira Kira. Okay, guys? I'll meet up with you guys shortly. Okay, thank you.